Howdy y'all, my name is Gretchen. I'm the Restless Thrifter and I'm a reseller on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and other platforms. The sound of that bouncing ball is Reacher. He will be doing that the entire time, and I apologize, but I'm not going to lock him up in a room or anything. So some of you guys like to see Reacher anyhow. I'm going to be sharing my December numbers. So my sales wrap up for the month of December, and I'll just get right to the point. It was my best month all last year. I pushed a lot of sales and really pushed, and I got it done. I'm in Denver and I am on a trip with my husband. He is working. He works remotely, but his company is based in Denver, so he's at work and I am working here. I have to go pick him up in an hour. I'll also go over a little bit of 2025 goals and what I'm looking to do with my business. Nothing dramatic, to be honest, just tweaking some things. But I wanted to go over my top sales from December. I do these daily ship with me or every other day or so ship with me videos, but this is a good kind of comprehensive look at everything. I had a total of 162 sales in December, but I'm only going to go over some of them. 17 top sales, 18 fast flips, and then my lowest and my longest. And as we get into each category, I'll explain a bit more. But first, the averages. So my average time to sell, I tell you guys in all my ship with me videos, I'm trying to get everything in and out the door in 3 months or less on average. I definitely failed that this time, but this was kind of on purpose. I set myself up for this because I was deeply discounting items that were really old to clear them out. So on average, everything took 7 months to sell. All of my top sales were within 90 days. All of my fast flips obviously were within 90 days or they wouldn't have been fast. Those are actually within 2 weeks or less. My average price without shipping is $22.34 per item. That is way below goal as well. That's supposed to be 30, or I want it to be 30. But I knew, again, if I'm deeply discounting things, that's going to happen. My cost of goods was on target. On average, everything that sold was $3.84 or less. And this is all 160 some odd sales, not just the ones I'm going to share with you. My average profit per item was below goal. I want it to be 20. It was $15.36. So knowing that I was doing these sales, it's okay. Okay, so those are all my averages. Despite missing those goals, I had the best month yet, and that is good. So we went over what I'm featuring. We went over the averages. I will go over 2025 goals at the end. So let's dive right into the top items, okay? The first one is an Emmanuel Ungaro size US 6 vintage wrap skirt, 100% wool woven lightweight. I got this in Colorado. My last trip, it was gorgeous. I did pay up for it. A little bit, not too much. It sold in 3 months on Poshmark the second time around. It sold pretty quickly the first time around on eBay. It was returned for fit. On Poshmark, it sold for $38 plus shipping. I had paid $10.14 and my profit was $20.26. The next item is an Ariat size 9.5 breakout Western boots, leather metallic light green, flaws, read in all caps. I do sell items with flaws. I try to pick up things that don't have flaws, but sometimes I knowingly do, like these boots. They were broken in. I knew they were going to have some, scuffs and, rubs on the metallic and all of that stuff. You just disclose it, you price it accordingly, and all is good. Sold in 1.5 weeks on Curtsy, which was a new to me platform this month. I just cross-posted everything from Poshmark. I didn't even have to cross-post. I just, within the app, which they have for iPhone, log into Curtsy, hook up your Poshmark account, a few settings, and it's good to go. So far, so good. I've only sold like 4 things, but it's working for me pretty well. That pair of boots sold for $48 plus shipping. actually $48 with free shipping. That is one thing I do on Curtsy, is free shipping. I paid $8 at a garage sale. My profit was $25.26. So that's to keep in mind. On Curtsy, they kind of encourage you to do free shipping, but you don't have to. I may go and change things, but quite honestly, I don't know how to change it. So I'm just kind of leaving it for now. Next item is this We the Free People size medium Luna denim pull-on jeans, slouchy wide leg boho beachy. These were We the Free. The Free People that's a brand for Free People. So I just combined We the Free People. You see what I did there? And I don't buy everything from Free People like I used to because not everything does well, but I will look up certain pieces, and I looked up these jeans. They sold in 1.5 months on Facebook Marketplace. That is something else new that I'm doing. I used to do Facebook Marketplace a couple years ago. Now I'm back to selling on it as well. These sold with shipping though there, so they paid $40 plus shipping. That was a full price sale. My cost of goods was $4.32 and my profit was $30.40. I got these at a local thrift store in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. A couple months ago, I got all my sport coats that were in my money pile listed. This one is an Armena Gildazania cloth 44 long sport coat, tan check plaid, cross-ply 2-button jacket. A lot of words there to describe this jacket. It sold in 1.5 months on eBay, and it sold for $45 plus shipping. My cost of goods was $5.41 and my profit was $30.44. And I also got this at a local thrift store. I got a bunch of them, but from the same guy. One thing I'm not giving you is like the little notes about how it sold. I do that in the daily ones, like whether it was an offer, that kind of stuff. Let me get that information up here and then I can provide it. All of these top sales were on target. When I say something's on target for me, that means it sold in 90 days or less. That's 3 months. And it sold for $30 plus shipping or more. That's what I'm trying to get on average everything to be. Okay, so that jacket sold through a customer offer of $45. The next is another sport coat. Reacher, You're not going outside. It was a Scabble, I don't know how to say that brand, cloth, 44 long, sport coat, silk and wool, blue plaid, bespoke custom suit jacket. This one had a little problem. I got a case opened against me. This sold on Poshmark in 2.5 months. The guy did not pay attention to the fact that it was bespoke. I put bespoke and custom, which bespoke means basically custom made to an individual person. And it's beautifully made, but it does have specific measurements. And so I include all the measurements that you could think of. Across the shoulders, from the neck to the shoulder, all the way down the sleeve, which is the real sleeve length. And then just the shoulder to the cuff, and then the length from the neck to the hem, across the chest, across the waist. All the measurements you can find, right? I've sold lots of these, like 5 or 6 of them, and had no complaints about them being missized. Some people they returned for fit, that's fine, but nothing about being missized. This guy said it was missized. I won the case because I provided all that information. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you guys. I mean, I always feel bad when somebody is ending up with something that doesn't work for them. But that's why I provide measurements. And, you know, he was putting the blame on me, like basically saying, you sold the wrong thing. Price without shipping, $45. I paid $5.41. My profit on that was $30.59. So long story on that one. I don't think I had told that yet. The next item is a Boyne Valley knitwear men's size medium cardigan sweater, fisherman cable knit, Ireland. This sold on Facebook Marketplace. It was a local pickup. It sold in 1 week and it sold for $45, no shipping, no fees. My cost of goods was $9.73 at a local thrift store and my profit was $35.27. I talk a lot about sell-through rate and average sales price. The ASP was $39.50, and the sell-through rate was 4%. So if I were to follow a true high sell-through rate model, I wouldn't have picked this up. But my gut tells me that all of the features were there in order to sell this. Fortunately, my gut was right this time. It's not always. Facebook Marketplace local pickup was kind of like thriving for me for about a week there. I think once you get one, others kind of follow. It's a little dead right now for me. So go figure. The next sale is something I got for free from a friend. I get free merchandise from my sister, from my aunt, from friends, from my mother-in-law. I don't list it all. I list what is going to sell either quickly or for a lot. And then some things I list anyway, even if they don't meet those two. If they are really good classic pieces that might make good closet filler. And you would say, why do you want filler? Well, sometimes people just want to spend $10 on an Ann Taylor Loft top, and they don't want to spend $99 on a sweater, okay? You know what I mean? So I do have that, but when I'm focusing on the high ASP, high sell-through rate stuff, sometimes I'll list a few things within there. I don't want to like spend all my time listing that kind of stuff, but I'll spend a little bit of time each week. Okay, the next item is a Converse All-Star Kids 6 Women's 8 sneakers, rainbow glitter rhinestone toe, rare OX CTAS. Some keywords you may not know. OX just means original. That's like the original style, the low top sneaker. CTAS is Chuck Taylor All-Star. I put rare because I couldn't find this combination anywhere. I think the rhinestones may have been added afterward, but I don't know for sure. They're gorgeous. These were a perfect pair of beautiful glittery shoes. You notice I said kids 6, women's 8. That is because kid sizes, the larger kid sizes, which I think 6 may be the largest, maybe 7, can translate to women's sizing. I didn't know that before I got these from my friend for free, like I said. Sold in 3.5 weeks on eBay. It's a full price sale of $49.96. And yeah, plus shipping. My cost of goods was $0, so my profit was $38.97. Another Facebook Marketplace sale. This one, I was wondering whether I should have picked these up, but they did sell in 3 months of being on Facebook Marketplace, I should say. They had been listed on the other platforms for a while longer, but they did sell in 3 months after listing them on Facebook. It was a local pickup, thank goodness, because I didn't want to have to ship all of these heavy bricks. These were architectural, wavy, clear glass block brick, 7 3/4 by 7 3/4 by 3 1/8 vintage. They sold in 3 months. They sold for $50 without shipping because I didn't have to ship them. I had paid $10 at a garage sale and my profit was $40. That was the perfect way to get rid of these types of things. I was taking a risk, but I saw that they sold on eBay, even in onesies and twosies. I'm glad they didn't end up selling on eBay. I listed them individually. I did not want to have to sell, there were 10 total. I did not want to have to package up 10 glass bricks. There's no way I would have done that. And next two are the same brand. This is a new to me bolo. I would recommend looking out for these. They're a pair of Saba men's size 45 US 12.5 pink suede slip-on shoes, loafers, handmade in Turkey. Gorgeous casual shoes. I guess you could use them as slippers or go out in them. These were pink. These were bright pink and they were men's shoes. Size 45 is not an EU sizing. I would pay attention to the size chart on the website of this brand. I'm saying it's Saba. I don't know if that's right. They sold in 1 day on eBay. Yeah, maybe I could have gotten more, but they sold through an offer, counter offer for $71.88 plus shipping. And my cost of goods was $21.64. I paid up for these because I had done the research. Be careful when you're paying up, I would say. I don't want to tell you what to do, but I like to be careful when I'm paying up and do the research because I've not done the research in the past, paid up, and then suffered the consequences of the item sitting forever. My profit was $41.97, and I got these at a local thrift. Got the second pair at the same local thrift store, but they were a different size. They were Saba men's size, US 10 to 10 and a half, suede Baba slippers, shoes, natural shearling brown. A very helpful buyer, well, she didn't buy, but a very helpful customer told me that I had them listed as women's when they were men's, and I appreciated that because I pulled them down and I put the correct information in there and in the correct category, and they sold. Within 2 months on Poshmark, they would have sold faster if I had the correct information. But I had to list them wrong for the first month and a half at least. These sold through a 40% off offer to likers for $60 on Poshmark, and they retail for $210, so just FYI. They have a 33% sell-through rate, which I do sell-through rate where it caps out at 100, so that's pretty good. My price without shipping, like I said, $60. Cost of goods, $5.41. Profit, $42.59. I hope to find some more of those. The next sale was a little bit out of my wheelhouse. My husband picked this up at a garage sale when we were out one weekend. It's a Schilke tenor trombone 45 51D mouthpiece, silver small shank, a big long number for the style with box. Sold in 5 days on eBay for full price, $59.96 plus shipping. I paid $10 at that garage sale. Might have been less. We're not exactly sure. That's what I'm putting. That was my husband's memory. Profit was $43.77. I usually average things out over the garage sale weekends and just put an average in there, and that's what I had in the listing, but I just kind of wasn't sure if I had included it, so I went ahead and listed it for that actual price. The next item, Fisher-Price Woodsy Squirrel Family Finger Puppets Log Cabin House, vintage 1979. I didn't have these as a kid, but man, I would have loved them. So cute. They sold in 2 weeks on Mercari for $51. My cost of goods was $5 at a garage sale, and my profit was $46. I'm looking forward to warmer weather so that garage sales will start popping up. That's where I tend to pick up non-clothing items because at the thrift store, there's just so much. It's overwhelming and it's priced higher sometimes, and I'm not really knowledgeable about most of it. So I stick to the clothing in thrift stores for the most part, and at garage sales, I'll look at everything. I had a few inquiries about these on Facebook local as well, but they did end up selling on Mercari back in the no fees time period. The next item, purchased this at a garage sale as well. Tonka Willys MB Jeep vintage 60s pressed steel military army canopy GR2-2431. That is just information that was on the Jeep itself. It sold in 2.5 weeks on Facebook for $68, and this was actually a shipping sale. My cost of goods was $8 at that garage sale, and my profit was $51.98. These trucks, these Tonka military trucks from the 70s and 60s, they do great. Next sale, again out of my wheelhouse, and you're noticing some of my best sales in December had nothing to do with clothing, which is what I do most of, but it was, a time where people are buying gifts for people, collectibles, that kind of thing. So I was trying to get more of that type of thing listed. They are a Sweezy, I don't know if you say that way or not. Set of 6 hot assorted 11-inch curved porcelain plates, multicolor HTF, which stands for hard to find. I just had a few characters left, so I threw that in there. The reason they're called hot is because of the colorway. They have a cool that is all blues, really pretty as well. But you cannot get these online anymore. I didn't see anybody else who had these, which is awesome. They sold in 1 day on eBay. Full price sale, amazing, for $54.96, which is just about what they sell for retail on the website. These did not look used. They had no scratches. They were gorgeous. The person was very happy with them, left me good feedback. I paid $4.32 at a local thrift store, and my profit was $55.02. Hadn't heard of these before, but I saw them. The shape of them kind of was those look like artsy looking plates. So I looked them up. I really started selling some higher end things as well in this month. This next one, actually these next two are great examples. The next one is a Ripley Raider black Ponte knit 2-piece set, wide leg, cropped pant, short sleeve top. So it's a pant and a short sleeve top. The thickness, the material just felt really good quality. They were priced together for $8.11. Sold same day on eBay. These retail for about $200 each, the top and the pants. I had them listed for $199 for the set. A customer sent me an offer of $165, sold. These were small sizes. I didn't know if they would sell quickly for that price. The sell-through rate for the top was only 9%. The sell-through rate for the pants was 53%. So, and the average sell price, when you add it up, I got a lot more. So I was happy with this sale. For $165 plus shipping, I made $136.50, and I got it at a local thrift store. And the best sale for the month of December is not something I find often. The brand is Prada, and I don't find designer brands very frequently. I have sold one other Prada item, and it was also a pair of loafers. These are Prada size US 8, Italian 38 shoes, and I put a style number, black leather espadrille loafers, slip-on. The other pair of loafers that I sold were for men, and this sold in 1 week on Curtsy, go Curtsy, for my full asking price of $225. The ASP for these is $152, so I did pretty well. Sell-through rate 11%. Again, did really well. Cost of goods, I paid up $21.65. This was a thrift store that had a bunch of designer items on sale. It was their designer week. I looked right past all the fake Chanel and fake Louis Vuitton. I knew, I was like, these are not real. I have no way of authenticating. Well, I mean, I could, but I'd have to pay up for them. Still great prices, mind you. But the Prada, I was like, that is not one that's screaming Prada. There's nowhere on these other than, I think on the bottom of the shoe where it says Prada and on the inside. So this is a, someone who wears Prada who just no longer was wearing these shoes, not somebody who was trying to show off a statement piece or make a statement. All right, the next category is my fast flips. When I say something is on target, it means it sold in 90 days or less. The fast flips sold in 2 weeks or less. A lot of times, even much less. You saw some of my top sales were also within 2 weeks or less. I have, 18 of these. I really like to share these because sometimes these are the things that are trending. People want to snap them up. They are the things that they can't find elsewhere, so they're snapping them up quickly. And then other times, they're just random. Like it just happened to sell within 2 weeks. And I'll tell you if I think that's the case and whether I pick these items up again. They're not necessarily my top dollar sales, just keeping that in mind. The first one, and this is in reverse order from the longest to sell to the shortest, so 2 weeks to same day. It's a Robert size 42 belt, top grain leather, cognac brown, with the style number, Western holster style. It didn't have a brand on it, but I looked up that number and discovered it was Roper. So that was good, but I had already bought it because I could tell that it was a good belt, that the holster style with the double thing, I was like, this is something special. I don't know anything about this, but I knew it was genuine leather. It sold in 2 weeks on Facebook with shipping. It sold, was it a shipping order? I think it was. It sold full price for $25. My cost of goods was $216 and my profit was $19.51, and I picked it up at a local thrift store. I'm going to stop saying local thrift unless it's not a local thrift. Next sale was another Facebook marketplace, but this was a local pickup. It was a Chico's size 20 to 22 top, embroidered chambray tunic, lyocell, soft, 3/4 sleeves blue. To be honest, I didn't know if this was going to sell, but I picked it up for myself. It just didn't fit well. It sold in 2 weeks. Price with shipping, $12. Price without shipping, $12. Cost of goods, $4.32. I think I had it listed for 15 and she asked if I would take 10 and I said 12 or something. We came to an agreement. Profit was $7.68. It sold quickly. Would I pick this up again to sell online? Probably not. The next is something I would pick up again. It's a Taos women's size 10 sneakers, Z sole blue, teal floral, side zip, comfort insole. Sold in 2 weeks on Poshmark. I've only sold the Taos sandals before, but I was like, they have sneakers. I didn't even know. They sold through an offer to likers for $36. They had a 50% sell-through rate, so that is why I picked them up. The cost of goods was $8.11 and my profit was $20.69. Next is another Chico's item. I actually sold several Chicos. I'm actually slowing down on picking up Chicos because I'm trying to get things that will sell for $30 or more. And typically it's not selling for that. This is a Chico's Travelers size 2 US large cardigan sweater, slinky black peplum vintage USA. Sold in 2 weeks on eBay for $18 plus shipping. My cost of goods was $3 and my profit was $13.43. Picked it up at a garage sale. This sale was a free item from a friend, same friend who gave me the Converse. Universal thread, size large, chambray, trench, duster jacket, denim, lyocell, western. Notice chambray. I think chambray is always in style personally. Sold in 2 weeks on eBay through an offer of $11. Would I pick this up again to sell something for $11? No. But it was free and I knew it was style-wise it was going to sell. So price without shipping was $11. Cost of goods was $0. Profit was $11.44. Another pair of shoes, Keds and Rifle Paper Company, size 9 sneakers shoes. New, floral, jungle multi, and then I put the style name, number. Sold in a week and a half on eBay through a customer offer of $35 plus shipping. My cost of goods was $8.11 and my profit was $23.53. Had these not been new, I might not have picked them up. If they had looked new, yes. But for $8.11, I wouldn't have picked them up if they were pre-owned with wear. This next sale is something I don't do normally, retail arbitrage. CoverGirl Eye Enhancer Eyeshadow Trio, 110 Shimmering Sands, 2-pack vegan no talc. Sold in a week and a half on eBay. Full price sale of $9.96. Cost of goods is $1, profit $5.98. I picked them up using some coupons and rebates and whatnot from CVS. They were like free. I put $1. Another thing way out of my comfort zone is this ephemera, this Winchester Ammunition Guide catalog, vintage 1930s standard load shell bullets. My mother-in-law gave it to me. So it was $0 cost of goods. It sold in a week and a half on Facebook, full price of $20. And I made $17.40, and that was to ship, not local pickup. This brand, Ishakti, I used to just automatically pick it up. Now I'm looking it up because it's not all selling like I think it should. Ishakti size extra large 16 shirt dress, celestial constellation embroidered poplin dress. A couple of things that stood out was the size and the embroidery and that it was constellations. Sun, moon, stars, planets, that type of thing can sell. It sold in a week and a half on Depop. I was missing the belt and I think there was something else, but I was missing the belt. A customer offered me $15.78. I said, okay, fine. My cost of goods was $6.48 and my profit was $7.89. Would I pick this up again? If it was in perfect condition with the belt. I took that lower offer to clear it out. Next is another free item from my friend. Converse All-Star Women's Size 7 Sneakers, Double Tongue Gray Teal Stripe CTAS. Remember that's Converse. No, Chuck Taylor All-Stars. Sold in a week and a half. These sold quickly because I had them listed cheap. Sold on Depop for $15. That was an offer. And my profit was $13.67. This next one is something I would pick up again, but again, I was using my gut, not sell-through rate so much. This is a Venezia Vitale plus size lace duster cardigan. Maxi Black Goth Whimsy Goth Witchy. That's a lot of words. This didn't have a size in it. Not a real size that I could tell. It was like something like size A, something like that. But it fit me, so I knew it could fit up to 2 or 3X. That's what I listed in the listing plus the measurements. Sold in a week and a half on Depop through an offer to watchers that Vendoo, which is what I use to cross-post all my listings, sent out on my behalf. It's a new feature. I love it. Price without shipping was $31.97. My cost of goods was $3.24. My profit was $27.02. Right this moment, I am not picking things up based on gut as much. It's really hard for me to not do this, but I have a money pile to get through. So I'm really trying to be a hard ass on myself and not pick things up by gut. But this is one of those things that I wouldn't pick up right now, but I would in normal circumstances. Makes sense? The next fast flip was a Revitalign women's size 10 Esplanade canvas slide dark taupe Waco shoe company. Yeah, it took me to read the whole thing before I realized I was talking about a pair of shoes. I couldn't remember what these were. Revitalign. I'm trying to picture them in my mind. I remember now what they looked like. I'm showing you guys here the comp, or here, I can't remember which, with pictures and everything, but I haven't looked at these in a while. Sold in a week on eBay through a customer offer of $22. These were returned and sold again. I think they sold again on Poshmark. They were in like new condition. I don't recommend picking these up just based on the brand alone. I would look up the style and check condition because they didn't seem to have a great sell-through rate. I was taking a little risk. I paid $5.41. They bought them for $22 plus shipping, and I made $15.04. So this is one of those iffy things about whether I pick it up again. The next item is a brand that I've only seen like more substantial items, like a coat. I sold a coat in this, or a dress. Rice, I don't know. Size medium bikini swim top, Willa polka dot triangle cream and black ruffle. If this had not been only $1, I would have passed on it because I really couldn't find comps to prove that a bikini top in this brand was going to sell well. It sold for low because I listed it low. It sold in 1 week on eBay for $15.60 plus shipping that obviously had to have been through an offer. My profit was $12.86. Let's see, we got just 5 more left in the fast flips. The next one is a South Pole size XXL shirt, Y2K, waffle thermal skater grunge gothic wings biker. Selling through keywords mostly. I did put the word shirt. I was like, did I even put shirt? I didn't put things like crew neck and long sleeve and gray. And I put the brand, the size, the style, and then keywords. Sold in 4 days on eBay. It was a full price sale of $24.96. My cost of goods was $4.32 and my profit was $17.63. Right now I'd pick this up again because it's Y2K, but that could change in a week, 2 month, we'll see when this trend dies. Okay, this next item is something that I wouldn't have picked up had I not been watching Kaylee Elaine and saw that she picks up Woman Within sometimes based on style. This is a Woman Within plus size 24 maxi dress, tiered, milkmaid, coquette, goth, whimsy goth. Because it fits so many different aesthetics and it was a larger size and it was like new. Maybe this was worn. Maybe it was worn once. I don't know. Sold in 4 days on Depop for $19 and I paid $3.24. My profit was $14.22. I took this, I think it was an offer. I think this might be the one where I was like, oh, I should have held out for more. I would pick something up like this again, but it doesn't fit within my $30 or more right now, so I'd pass on this currently. Next item is something I got for free at garage sale, planned to keep myself, and decided to list it, and it sold in 4 days on Facebook Marketplace local pickup. It's a brass peacock vintage painted India small figurine home decor. Lady came and picked this up for $15. That's what I had it listed for. She snagged it. Cost of goods was $0. My profit was $15. There were no fees, no shipping. Just quickly left and was like, oh, bye, Peacock. 2 more in the fast flips, and then we'll go over 2 other sales. Panasonic Mini Microset Voice Tape Recorder, vintage model, and I put the model number, and works. This was ours. It was a personal item. It sold in 3 days on eBay. Digging through drawers and found it. Sold for a full price of $29.96. My cost of goods was $0. In all reality, this was purchased like 20 years ago. I don't know. And my profit was $26.09. I was lucky that the battery area was not corroded because it had batteries in it. Next one, last, that sold the quickest. Now, there were things that sold faster, but they were my top sales. This was a Lands' End size medium 10 to 12 swim dress, chlorine resistant, square neck halter. Sold in 2 days on Poshmark through a customer offer of $22 plus shipping. My cost of goods was $216 and my profit was $15.44. It's the fast flip right now. Is that window of time where you're not finding swimsuits in store, so you may go look online. And Lands' End has great quality swimsuits. They don't sell for a lot resell, but they do sell, and this wasn't a larger size. This was a size medium, and it still sold. The last 2 sales we'll be going over are my longest and my lowest. So the thing that sold for the lowest amount, actually the lowest profit, or not profit, and the thing that was in my listings for the longest time. First one is the lowest. It's this Ben Sherman size, medium, large, vintage, grandpa sweater, 3D knit, 80s Southwest wool blend. Really neat sweater. Maybe my photos didn't do it justice. It also was a long sale. Took 2 years on eBay to sell. It sold through my 50% off sale, and I sent an additional amount. So it sold for $7.63 plus shipping. The problem is that it took a long time, and I paid $7.61. So my profit was negative $63. 63 cents. Whoa, 63 cents. But I am getting that investment of $7.61 back at least. I picked that up at a thrift store in Denver. I forgot to tell you where I got a lot of these things, but mostly it's local thrift if I didn't mention it. And then the longest sale was something I had for 3.5 years. Something I got at one of my first bins trips. It was a vintage 80s, 90s set of 2 Richard Simmons VHS tapes, aerobics workout exercise. Sold in 3.5 years on eBay. It was a full price sale of $9. My cost of goods, $4, because my average cost per item at that bin strip was $2, and I considered these separate, and so $4, so I made $1.26. These are the types of things I probably should clear out in this year, right? So let's talk about 2025. So in 2025, one thing I want to do is get rid of my old inventory that's not selling so that I can make room in my bins for things that are higher dollar or have a higher sell-through rate, things that are going to move quickly. I have mentioned doing a Poshmark live show. I'm like, about it, to show you guys some of these things and allow you to buy them if you want them for whatever the lowest bid price is before I decide to donate them. Don't feel like you have to watch. Don't feel like you have to buy. If you just want to stop in and watch and say hi and see what I got, that's great. I don't know when I'm going to do this. I have never done it before, so I will be stumbling my way through. I would love to see some friendly faces or names out there. Tell me hi, I watch your channel or something to let me know that you're coming from this channel, because I don't want to be like booed off the stage, basically. But yeah, I might do that just to see if I can get rid of 1 or 2 things, and if somebody likes them, because some of them are great things. I picked them up for a reason, right? They just aren't selling. So that is one of my goals for 2025. My daily net profit goal I used to say it was $200 and I like met it like twice. It's $174. I am still working on how I'm going to get there because I'm not going to be there right now. And it's also going to vary based on the season. Summer slowdown, am I going to be able to make the same as I am in Q4? I don't think so. So I need to set like maybe some quarterly goals. But ultimately, where I'd like to be is 174 a day. Do I want to go into the new year missing that goal every day? Not really. So I need to kind of see where I am realistically. That is where I would need to be to be able to not only pay bills but plan for future and those types of things. My other goal was selected by the universe. I did a short, if you want to go watch. It was kind of a little draw from a hat, basically, but it was kind of this 10-day countdown thing for Yule. And it's to double my YouTube subscribers. Probably also an unrealistic goal, but that was one of the ones I put in there. I said increase it by 100%. I've already gained some, so if you're new, thank you for watching. Thanks for joining. If you're watching and you're finding any of this useful, please subscribe. It would make my day. And stay subscribed so that I don't lose you. That would be awesome. My tactics to get there, to get to these goals, because you can't just set them, right? You got to get like, how am I going to get there? One is I want to streamline my processes. I don't know what I'm going to do to streamline them yet. That's to be determined. I'm going to streamline my processes, but I need to go through some exercises where I figure out what where my problems are in my process. Another one is to create a weekly schedule to balance my work and life situation. I'm doing that already. I started doing that a couple weeks ago, and because I have my own appointments, my dad's appointments, and my own health issues that keep me from being able to work for 8 hours straight, I need to create a schedule like this. I want to list 9 items a day. I want to stick to my sourcing principles, which are to source things $30 or more. And I got a comp at the store. And I'm not going to pick up home goods that are larger than a football because it takes me forever to ship them. And shoes, I'm going to make sure they take minimal cleaning. Like, I don't care if they're a pair of Hokas. Do not pick them up if they're covered in dirt, Gretchen, okay? Those are my sourcing principles right now. I can revisit those as things change in my business. That's okay. It's okay to change your sourcing method, right? Just as a note, I'm going to cancel some things I'm not using anymore. Photo room, I hadn't been using it because Vendoo now has the feature to drop background. But I'm also not going to drop the background on everything if it doesn't need to be. So I canceled photo room. I love it. It's not that expensive. If you're using photo room and you love it, don't feel like this is a knock on it. I love it. And then my average goals, my averages goal are staying pretty much the same. 3 months or less, $30 plus shipping or more on average, cost of goods less than $5. I really, now that I'm under $4, I'll probably say less than $4 on average, but less than $5 is cool. My profit, $20 or more per item on average. Those are staying the same. All right, that's everything. Thank you guys. If you hung in this long, thank you so much. I will give you some bloopers just for that. And I hope that you guys are already having a great 2025 and just keep listing. Now I don't know if you guys can hear that, but he's bouncing it down the stairs. And now he's gonna have to go get it. It went all the way in the basement, honey. I need a snack. I want to keep going. So maybe it's misleading to say they sold in 3 months. Whew, oh my God. The brand is Prada. And I don't sell And I don't find